Is Matt Stafford any different than Jared Goff? I've been seeing this kind of floating around the internet. So, as a Lions fan, watching Matt Stafford for 12, 13 years, and now being able to see Goff for a year, like, this is interesting because on the surface, it's like, well, yeah, Stafford. Come on, he's more athletic. He's throws a prettier ball. He can throw it downfield more. All these things. He's more accurate, stronger arm, and it's like, but man, super talented. But we're getting similar results, and he's gotten the results. He's got less results than Goff over his career. And so I looked at some numbers, looked at some different things. One first thing I looked at was I was curious what Goff did in his first year with McVay. And they went 11-5, won the division. Goff's numbers that season in 2017, he had a throwing percentage of 62%. He had 28 touchdowns, 7 INTs, quarterback rating of 100. So you look at Stafford in his first year with McVay, record about the same. He threw for more TDs, but quarterback rating right around 100. Did not win the division. So it's just kind of the same, okay? So obviously we can look at different years and different things, but I just look at the first years with McVay. Goff did the same thing as Stafford. And you look at the beginning of this year, and it looked like the Rams made a trade for the century, right? When the first half of this year, Goff looked terrible. Stafford looked great. And Stafford, that's what he does, man. He looks great, nice weather, things are looking good. And he's just, man, rooting for him as a Lions fan. He's doing all the things you need to do. Looks great. But he still makes mistakes and does things that you're just like, man, why is this happening? And so, same with Goff. The first half of the season, it's like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. It's like, how did this happen? How did Brad Holmes, who used to work with the Rams, get fooled like this? It's like he looked terrible. But if you like Goff, don't like Goff, or in between, whatever, we can all agree that in the first half of the season, Goff had 0 receivers. If you remember the first and second, there's top 2 options at receiver, never played. Williams and Perriman never played, and that was an already weak, like blatant spot on the Lions roster where there was no wide receivers, and year 1 and 2 don't even play. We pick up Reynolds in the middle of the year, and then St. Brown really plays great in the last 5-6 games. Outstanding. I've never really seen anything like it. And from just like a small receiver that was drafted rookie, 4th rounder, plays great. Goff has a go-to guy, and Goff just looks like a different quarterback. Looks great. Stafford, his last half of the season kind of just was okay. Obviously, they're going to go to the playoffs. Things are still okay, but he's still making those mistakes that I just wonder about. And those mistakes are this: he's got all the talent. He's always been so talented. It's almost like he hasn't even had to really work on the nuances of the game. And I know he does and that sort of thing, but like the difference between him and Tom Brady. So Tom Brady never was uber talented, never had the super arm. We saw him at Michigan. Just a good quarterback and got things done. And so you get that talent argument all the time. Oh, he's got talent, he's got talent. A lot of players, whether it's NBA, NFL, come through with a lot of talent. But can you win games? Can you win the big games? And that was always the thing with the Lions. Here we are with Reggie Bush, Golden Tate, Megatron. And look, I get it. We're going against prime Aaron Rodgers, but we couldn't win the big game. We couldn't win the big game to win the division. We did get into the playoffs a couple times, but we couldn't win the division. So we're a wild card. So we're on the road at Dallas and just get terrible calls there. We're on the road at New Orleans, and that was back, 2012. That's prime Drew Brees, New Orleans crowd. It's no chance, no win. So we had these opportunities. There's about a 4 or 5 year window there. We had Jim Caldwell. We had all the pieces, and Stafford never could get us those games. We had about 5 or 6 games. I was like, here we go. This is for the division. This is for the playoffs. This is for a better seed. This is huge. This is the one we got to have, and he just could not do it. So, hey, the jury's still out. He's got an opportunity. They're in the playoffs, so he can just shut a lot of people up like myself that, hey, I'm a fan of Stafford. I'm wishing him well. But I have not seen him win a game when it's all there. He makes a mistake. He just throws one off his back foot, or he just does something that's like, man, that little 5-yard out was open, but he tried to put it into a spot that he has before. He can do it. And I think that's it. He can do it, but it doesn't always work. And it's an interception. It's a tip ball where you see Tom Brady or Drew Brees, Peyton Manning. They're so good at always taking what the defense gives you. And it's so hard to do that. So Stafford, we'll see what he does. I'm just, like I said, I'm rooting for him. But I think when you look at the difference between him and Goff, it's like, man, at the beginning of the year, in the first half of this year, when we make the trade, all eyes are on it. Goff looks terrible. I mean, Goff is having so much trouble, and it just looks like, man, we're in big trouble as Lions fans. But now we see, hey, Goff can make the throws. He's accurate. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's gained more confidence throughout the season with Dan Campbell calling plays. And it's like, man, that gap that we thought was just so huge is not there anymore. And it's like, are Goff and Stafford really that much different? And you look at Goff. Hey, Goff was drafted number 1 overall. So was Stafford. Goff's younger. Goff has a tough time without McVay. He gets McVay. Things are good. And he goes to a Super Bowl, wins 10, 11 games every year. Okay, that's what Stafford's done so far. So Stafford can take it to the next level. He's got to get to a Super Bowl. I mean, geez. Goff went to a Super Bowl. Goff did those things. So it's all of a sudden like how the tables have turned, because, I mean, the first half of this season, Goff was so bad and Stafford was so good. But now you see the whole year. Now the Rams have a tricky, they couldn't get it done in the last game of the season. Now they just have a tricky game with the Cardinals. And so it's just like, all right, here's his opportunity. So we look at the numbers. It's really comes down to Stafford has to win now in the playoffs. Otherwise, what's the difference between him and Goff? I would have told you, oh man, there's a huge difference. Wait till you see Stafford. He's great. He's great. That's always the thing here in Detroit for all those years was like, man, we got Megatron, man. We got Golden Tate. We got Reggie Bush. We had like prime Reggie Bush a little bit there. So it's like, we had Ndamukong Suh in his prime at the same time. We had a good defense. It's like, here we go. Like, we got to win this. So we'll see what Stafford does. Like I said, I'm rooting for him, but until he wins the big games, there's just no difference from Goff. And really, Goff has the leg up because Goff's been to a Super Bowl in the same roster, generally same roster, same team. He's taken that team to a Super Bowl. We'll see if Stafford can do the same. So, hey, thanks for watching this video. And, hey, more stuff to come on the Lions, and we'll keep an eye on Stafford as they march, hopefully through the playoffs. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see you on the next one.